Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Rachel Kennedy and you are watching Living the Denver Boulder Lifestyle. Today I'm going to be doing a driving tour taking you through the Washington Park neighborhood, or Wash Park as we Denverites like to call it. This is one of Denver's most exclusive neighborhoods. The property values in this neighborhood usually start around $1 million all the way into the $4 million price range. So I'm going to show you a few of those houses. We'll go by Wash Park itself. We'll go by the shops and restaurants and stuff. Show you as much of Wash Park as possible, and hopefully you end with getting a really great feel about the vibe and all that good stuff. So let's get started on this tour. Alright, so before we start this tour, I would like to remind you that I am a licensed broker here in the state of Colorado. So as much as I love putting this content together for you and showing you around, I would love even more to help you with those real estate needs. So please feel free to hit me up on that number or that email that is popping up on your screen below. And let's not waste any time. Let's get started on this tour. Alright, so I am coming from the Cherry Creek neighborhood, or the Cherry Creek Shopping District, which is another neighborhood that I'll be doing a driving tour through. So we're driving to the west, towards the west, down Alameda Avenue. And as you can see, there are some shops and some restaurants along Alameda. It's kind of one of those like business district thoroughfares. There's nothing super exciting or charming about Alameda. Just kind of exists. So our next stop is going to be turning south or to the left onto Downing Street, which will take us by Wash Park. And as soon as we turn onto Downing Street, we will be in the Wash Park neighborhood. Okay, so just kidding, I couldn't turn left on Downing, so now we're turning right on Downing into the Wash Park neighborhood. So as I mentioned, Wash Park is one of the more exclusive neighborhoods here in Denver. The price range is on the higher end as far as Denver prices go. Our average home price here in Denver is $750,000. So Wash Park, starting around that $1 million price range, is sitting just above that. As you'll see, we have a mix of 1920s, 30s bungalows and new build properties. We'll see a lot of properties that have been renovated, bungalows that people have popped the tops on, lots of new development as you see there. Wash Park is just extremely charming. You can see we have these really tall trees, flagstone sidewalks. So the street that I'm driving down, you guys can't see it right now, but the street that I'm driving down, I have the park on my left-hand side. So all of these houses that we're driving by right now sit just across from the park. I will take you guys into the park as well. So this house that's listed up here on the right-hand side is listed at $1.8 million. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. Has some renovations, needs a little bit of work. There are others that face the park as well that are listed in the high 2 millions and the $3 million range, just to give you a barometer of the range and price ranges that sit right across from the park. So if I were to turn right on one of these side streets, we would go into what we call the West Wash Park neighborhood. The West Wash Park neighborhood butts up to Spear Boulevard, and Spear Boulevard runs through the city. So it's considered less exclusive than Wash Park itself. So the west side of Wash Park, or the park, usually is a little bit more affordable than the east side of the park. Okay, so now I am going north on Downing, which was the street that I was going south on previously. So I've turned around and now I'm going north, so I have the park on my right-hand side. And I just wanted you to see the beautiful, beautiful grounds. I'm going to try to get us into the park itself. but I wanted to show you this side of the park. There are 2 lakes in Wash Park, a big pavilion that they used to do, like, I think they used to host fairs in, like, turn of, like, 1920s era. There are tennis courts, basketball courts. There are, there's a huge, like, flower garden here that I think we'll see when we come up here a little bit on the right-hand side. Wash Park is known for being kind of like a volleyball go-to. When you come here on the weekends, even on the weekday evenings, you'll see a ton of people that have volleyball nets set up and like pickup games. So if you love playing volleyball and just want an opportunity to get social and meet people, Wash Park is definitely a great spot to do that. So here's one of the gardens. It's just beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to turn right or east on Virginia Ave. And this is going to take us to the north side of the park. Okay, so now I've just turned right, or I'm going south down Franklin. So now I'm on the east side of the park. The park has a trail that goes all the way around it. If I knew how long the trail was, that would probably be a really good thing, but I do not know how long the trail is. But as you can see, tons of joggers, strollers, rollerbladers will make an appearance once in a while. So now I'm turning into the park itself. So this is the pavilion that you can rent out for weddings or parties and stuff, and then I'll take you over here because the lake is right behind it. And you can rent paddle boats on the weekends. Alright, so we have these little bike, like pedal carts here, paddle boats on the other side, the lake, and then there's that pavilion there in the distance that you can see that we just walked by. And then we've got a nice beautiful park here. And then those gardens that we drove by in the distance there. Okay, so we have left the park and now I am driving north on Lafayette. So I have the park on my left-hand side This school here on the right-hand side is called St. John's School. It is a private Catholic school here in Wash Park neighborhood. It's a K through 8 school, and the tuition is about $6,500, a little over $6,500 a year. Again, it's a private school. And let's take a little bit longer of a tour down this street so we can see a few more of the homes that sit across from the park. So on this side of Wash Park, on the east side of Wash Park, these homes that sit right on the park go for anywhere from 3.5 to 4 million. And you'll see that we still have a lot of development happening. We have a couple vacant lots here, one home being built. Right, so now I want to take you down some side streets so that you guys can see what do the streets feel like that aren't right on the park. All right, so now we're driving down Gaylord, which is one of the interior streets. As you can see, lots of street parking. There's a lot of building going on this block specifically. I have some new builds happening around me, as well as pop-tops and remodels. So on these interior streets, you can step into a smaller bungalow, probably the 1.2 range, all the way into the high $2 million range for a modern new build. So this next block that we're coming up on is also on Gaylord. It's the Gaylord Shops. It's kind of like the main street of Wash Park. So lots of staples that have been here for many, many years, and then new restaurants as well. So one of the downfalls of Wash Park is that this main street that we're driving down right now, which is just one city block, is the only walkability that Wash Park has other than the park itself. So it's different from Low-High or the Highlands area where we have a ton of walkability. You know, there's 3 or 4 or 5 even main street areas that you can walk to within the Highlands area, whereas Wash Park does not have near the amount of commercial in the neighborhood. Wash Park Grill is a total staple. They are known for having a really good happy hour. So if you come to Wash Park, stop in a Wash Park Grill. Though the Gillen Grill is also a staple as well. They have a good happy hour too. All right, that concludes our driving tour around the Wash Park neighborhood. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I actually really loved coming down here and walking around and enjoying the park. There is a ton to love about Wash Park. As I mentioned before, it is one of Denver's most exclusive neighborhoods because of the beauty, because it is very well established, and because of its location to the city. You can get a very safe neighborhood vibe feel in this neighborhood, but still be really, really close to the city. The highway, I-25, which runs north and south through our city, is just a half a mile away, so super easy jump onto I-25. And then, as I mentioned, you have Spear Boulevard, which runs diagonally through the city, which will take you right downtown if you'd want to avoid I-25. And that would probably be about a, 10-15 minute max drive into downtown Denver from Wash Park. So I hope this was super helpful. I'm going to do this again for sure. I think my next stop is going to be Cherry Creek, so stay tuned.